class. So I'll take you through what is ETL and basics of ETL maybe, and uh, the content which we are going to cover in this entire course. Okay. So my name is Shiv. I have a overall of 6+ years of experience, and uh, I'm into this industry for very long time. In ETL, I'm talking about, and yeah. So this was my and also I have almost 2 years of years of experience into teaching this kind of courses, ETL related courses. So the thing is, this course ETL, we will cover, like, majorly we will go through. No doubt we'll go through each and every topic which we are going to cover. But overall, uh, we will cover ETL, extract, transform, load. We will cover data warehouse concept. We will cover databases, that is Oracle. Will be working on, and we'll cover SQL. So SQL, which points we will cover. Let's go through it. And apart from that, I'll also cover project. Like, I'll also discuss one end-to-end project, and I'll also uh, cover lots of interview questions. Okay, real-time interview questions, which I I personally have faced, and also my previous batch students. They also give me such questions when they go to interview. So every student has this habit of keeping track of interview questions. Say we have this repository of a set of questions from real-time interviews. So I will also discuss those interview questions as and when required. So, like, whenever we discuss any topic, and if any interview question related to that topic comes, then I'll definitely discuss that. It's not like I'll discuss each and every question at the end of the course. It's not like that. So whatever interview questions we are having, if you are discussing some ABC topic, and there are 2-3 interview questions related to those ABC topics, then I'll show you those questions, and I'll discuss those questions as well. So this flow will be like two-way, like, communication. Not only I'll be teaching and you will be listening and just will log off the session. It's not like that. So I'll ask those questions. So I'll first explain the concept. If we have any interview question regarding that, I'll ask that question to you. You need to answer that, and we will cross verify if your answer matches the exact answer or not. So basically, we will. Because this ETL is very, mm, easy to understand, but uh, in interview you may get confused with uh, very basic questions. So ETL is like that. So because we will cover these interview questions, or general questions, during that particular discussing that particular concept itself, you will that particular answer of the interview question will be, like, printed in your mind. So whenever you face any real-time interview, and if that same question appears, you'll definitely able to answer that. Definitely able to recall that. Okay. So this will be our flow, and I guess, like, lot of guys have joined already. So let's, without wasting your time, let's get started. Okay. So let me share my screen. I'll show you the overview of ETL. What is ETL first, okay? And then I'll show you the content. So whoever is on is on unmute, please be muted. Okay, Mohana, I can see is on unmute. please mute yourself. Thank you. So, hey Amar, welcome. Just yeah, be muted. Thank you. So, this will be your, the first session of ETL. So, what is ETL? So, first question will be, what is ETL? ETL is the process of updating the data warehouse. ETL is the process of updating the data warehouse, right? So, what is data warehouse? So, for now, just know this, that data warehouse is a database, a simple database. So it has some characteristics. What those characteristics are, we will see. Uh, uh, we cannot see each and everything in this particular class, but we'll see later what is data warehouse and what it like how it differs from normal database. So for now, just understand data warehouse is a database, simple database. So process of updating the database is nothing but ETL. So let's define ETL. ETL stands for extract, transform, and load. So before moving ahead, I just want to let you know that I have prepared slides in such a way that you need not uh, note down each and everything in your book, or you need not use pen and book. Okay, even if you want, you can use, no problem, but I have made these slides in such a way that it has each and every explanation. So it is very uh, like it is very brief actually. So if you go and start reading these slides only, that is also fine. You need not need to note down everything with pen and paper. So I'll just read it out and I'll explain, and I'll try to make you understand the concept. Okay, what has been written over here. So ETL stands for extract, transform, load. In many organizations, the setup of the IT department happened long time back. So in most of the cases, the way each department handles the data is different. What it is saying is, each and every company has IT department, and their IT department have been happened long time ago, right? So maybe let's take an example of DMart. Let's say so DMart have been started almost around 15 years back. So IT department for DMart have been set up long time back. And this IT, so what is IT? IT manages each and every functionality of that company which is related to IT and software and database and records keeping and how their businesses works, or the transactions they do. If it is a banking, then it is related more related to transactions and customers and various types of accounts, credits, debits, right? So if it is a DMart like supermarket project, then it may be around somewhere around vendors, customers, different stores, different branches, and list of items, right? So so all this type of IT related stuff has been set up long time back. In any company, if you pick any company, they have IT department, and these IT departments have set up long time back. So each and every company's way of handling that data is very different. So basically what we are trying to say is uh, handling of data is taken care by the ETL engineer. So ETL engineer can be both ETL developer and ETL tester. So any software engineer also, like if you compare it with software engineer has two roles: developer and tester. Same way it goes with ETL. ETL engineer is also have same kind of role, is different role, and ETL tester is different role. So ETL developer will develop ETL graphs and ETL processes, and ETL tester will test those graphs and processes. Okay. So let's take an example. For example, in the retail organization, you may have different departments such as sales, marketing, logistics, etc. Each of them is handling the customer information, but the way they store the data could be quite different. So basically, let's suppose DMart is one supermarket, and there is another supermarket called Reliance Smart. There is another supermarket called let's suppose some Star Bazaar, right? So each and every so all these are supermarkets anyway, but even if their business nature is same, they the way they handle their data is very different, right? So uh, let's suppose DMart is storing their data in Oracle, and Star Bazaar is storing their data in some Microsoft SQL Server. So this is a difference between storing the data, but accepting the data is also maybe very much different in a way. Okay, so what is mean by accepting a data? So while you purchase any groceries from department from DMart and from Star Bazaar, so maybe DMart uses some software, ERP software like SAP or Oracle ERP or any other ERP softwares to scan and store your grocery items, and Star Bazaar may use simple Excel sheet. Okay, so obviously they will not use simple Excel sheet in real time, but I'm just telling you as an example that they may use simple Excel sheet as their source data or uh, no source database. So these type of different handling of the data may occur. Then the sales department store it by name, whereas marketing department has it in number format. And ETL can take all this data from different sources and transform it into uniform presentation, such as storing it in a database or data warehouse. So whatever way the Star Bazaar and DMart handling their data, but it as a ETL tester, it's our responsibility. ETL not as a ETL tester, but as a ETL engineer, it's our responsibility that we will handle this type of data in or we will store this type of data in a uniform way. Just a second. Huh? Yeah, sorry. So, yeah, what I was telling is, so as a ETL engineer, it's our responsibility to store such kind of various type of data or various ways of data in one uniform format. Okay, so this uniform format, we will define this uniform format. Your company or the stakeholders from the company, they will decide, they will make rules, a list of rules to define that data in uniform format. What are these rules? How these rules looks like? We'll see in our upcoming lectures. Okay, there are validation rules, so we will see each and every rule how we will validate. There are rules related to let's say source file. There are rules related to target database. There are rules related to mapping of the data. There are rules related to transformation of data, how data should be transformed. So each and every company has their own way of writing these rules, but in a generic way, we will see what kind of rules are available there in order to test these ETL graphs. Okay, so this is what definition of ETL. Then we have this another definition that another challenge of all IT infrastructure is different data format used by different departments. So it might happen for HRD department, somebody is using SAP, whereas sales department you have Oracle apps. So in order to take the business critical decision, it is difficult for higher management to get data from different platforms and consolidate them. ETL can do that job easily, and it will take that data from different sources and transform it into uniform format. So basically it's saying the same thing which we have discussed, that just we have discussed two different companies, that is Star Bazaar and DMart, that is two different entities, but here we are discussing only one uh, a case from only one organization. That is, in any one organization there may be HR department and there may be sales department. HR department is using SAP as their source of data. So they are storing all their information in SAP. HR department, what kind of data HR department might have? They might have employee related data. They might have project related information. What kind of projects are going on? They may have, mm, let's suppose, departments related data. What are all departments present in our company? So kind of this kind of informations HR database might have. So they are storing this type of data or this type of information into SAP, let's suppose, and our sales department is storing all such related data, sales numbers, sales year, period of that sale, and quantity, price, etc. They are storing that kind of information into Oracle. Now, sorry. So, yeah. So sales department is storing their data into Oracle, and HR department is storing their data into SAP. And there is another department, let's say, marketing. Marketing team storing their data into maybe into Excel, simple Microsoft Excel. So in order to take some informative decision or insightful decision, the stakeholders needs to consolidate this data into one uniform format, right? So they cannot go ahead and go with SAP in order to scratch employee information, and they cannot go into sales department in order to test, or in order to get the sales information. So if we get these all this information into one uniform format, and our target database, let's suppose our target database is Microsoft SQL Server, and in Microsoft SQL Server itself we are storing all this type of information from SAP. Whatever data we are getting from SAP, we are storing it into Microsoft SQL Server. Whatever information we are getting from Oracle, we are storing it into Microsoft SQL Server. And whatever information we are getting from Excel, we are storing that same information again into Microsoft SQL Server. So we have all kind of information into Microsoft SQL Server, even if sources are different. So it will be much easier for stakeholders, right, in order to take critical decisions. So in order to get, so but getting different data from different sources and transforming it into one uniform format and storing it into one related database is not so easy, right? It needs some procedure, it needs some operations in between, transformations in between. So this in between transformations or processes are called as ETL processes. Okay, let's see that same thing into this block diagram. So these are my source data. This whatever you are able to see on left side is my source. Whatever you are able to see in between here is my transformation stage, and this data warehouse is my target stage, target layer, the source layer, transformation layer, and target layer. Okay, so source to target, we have transformation in between. So this is overall is known as ETL process. So
Sorry for the interruption. Are you sharing anything? Because I'm not able to see anything here.
yeah, I'm sharing my screen.
The screen is visible.
Visible, right? So I just stopped and I am resharing again.
Okay.
It was visible to you guys, right? Rest of you?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Mona, are you able to see now?
Mm, no.
Uh, you may uh, you may need to leave the meeting and join again.
Join again.
It
Okay,
it
sure.
may it may work. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Is it working now, Mona?
No, still.
Okay. Let me stop and reshare again. Is it visible now?
I'm able to see everyone of those people who has joined, but not your screen. You were it's saying like you were sharing your screen. Yeah, now I can see. Yes,
Yeah. Okay.
thank you.
Yeah. So I was talking about, so previously I was talking about this definitive part. Okay. So you will receive this document anyway. So you just go and refer, or else you will also get this recording. Okay. So you can refer recording as well anytime. Now let me explain this block diagram again for you quickly. So this is our ETL architecture basically. So in this ETL architecture, this is my source. This first part is my source. This second and third, these two block diagrams are my transformation stage. Okay, just a second. Yeah, sorry. So actually I was having some background noise. Okay. So in this ETL architecture, we can see this first part as source. So in my source part, you are able to see, right? CRM, ERP. These are ERP systems. These are flat files. What is flat files? Flat files are nothing but Excel. It may include Excel. It may be uh, your normal .txt file, document file, .docx file. Such kind of formats are considered as flat files. And unstructured data. Unstructured data means it is a normal database. So it may be Oracle database. It may be Microsoft SQL Server. It may be Informix database. It may be Postgres database. Whatever databases. Okay. So all data from all different types of sources, we will get that data to our transformation layer, and from transformation layer we will push that data into data warehouse. So what is data warehouse? Data warehouse is again a simple database, but why we call it as data warehouse? Because it has some certain properties which makes it very special other than the normal database. Okay, so what are these qualities? We'll see that. But this, you can say, this is a very smart database. It's not just normal database. It is a smart database, or it is a very uh, informative database than our normal database. So it's a data warehouse. So what kind of databases we will see as data warehouse? Again, same databases: Oracle, Postgres, Microsoft SQL Server, but there will be only one database as a target database. Whatever sources, whatever number of sources we have, we will always have one database as our target database. Okay, so from data warehouse, there is another procedure which is called BI, business intelligence process, where we will scratch informative data from data warehouse this way. So these are data marts. So data marts are nothing but a subjective information. So each and every data mart will contain subjective information. So what is subjective information? It is related to that particular subject. Let's suppose IT is my IT department may have one data mart, sales department may have one data mart, or it may be like different. So locations, basically, if you take DMart example, locations is one subject, right? So these are data marts. And from data marts, these small chunks of data is called a data mart. And this data, from this data marts, we will scratch some dashboard reports. So dashboard reports means we use Power BI or Tableau as our reporting tool, right? Or lots of different reporting tools are there in the market. These two are very popular. So these are dashboard reports, means we use such kind of tools in order to scratch the report. And these reports will be again used by end users like stakeholders. So till this part is our ETL process, till data warehouse. After data warehouse, it's BI process, business intelligence. Okay, so this is overall architecture of ETL. Then these are some sample ETL tools: Ab initio, Informatica, Teradata. Then there is a Talend, etc. Okay, so these are some ETL tools, and these are some ETL testing tools. Here we can also add Informatica, Power Center, which we are going to cover as a curriculum of our course. And there is another tool also as known as Ab initio. Okay, now, so these are ETL testing tools. Also, we have this purpose of ETL and data warehousing and data marts, OLTP. Okay, so I'll cover this part later. So till this part, you understood the what is ETL and the overview of ETL. I just want to know what is your understanding till here, or if you guys have any doubts.
Hello.
Yes.
Could you please explain a little bit more about the difference between unstructured data and warehouse database structure? As you
Okay.
said that they are very different. This is a special database, warehouse database. So I need some explanation, if you can, please.
Okay. Okay. So basically, in real time, when we go in real time, let's suppose we are handling a banking project and we are handling for HDFC Bank, let's say. Now, HDFC Bank may have may store their input data or the source data in lots of different formats. Let's say their credit team is storing all the information into Excel format, and let's suppose their sales team is storing their data into Oracle, and their HR department is storing the data into Microsoft SQL Server. Now, all this data is unstructured format because we are not having all this data into one uniform format. So all such kind of data is unstructured data. So see, sales department also have list of same customers. Marketing department also have list of same customers. Credit department also have list of same customers. And let's suppose HR department also have list of same customers. Okay, because let's suppose they are storing some kind of information like what let's suppose employee XYZ have gained business from lot these customers, and this employee needs to get some kind of incentive for these 10 customers. So in order to calculate their incentive and all, HR department is also storing customer data in other way. Okay, so let's suppose we have 10 customers, and these 10 customers are available on all of their databases, all of their data sets. Okay, from credit team as well, from team as well, and from marketing team as well, and sales team as well. Now, each and every team, the way of storing same 10 customers from each and every team may be different, right? So sales team is storing only name, first name, last name, and phone number, and their email address, because they just want to push their sales. So they just need contact information. Credit department may store data from same 10 customers, but along with first name, last name, they may use They may store their past credit history, like whatever credit cards they are using, whatever loans like whatever active loans they have, whatever closed loans they have, whatever bad loans they have. So all the credit related information, maybe they have a credit team. Marketing team may have some different type of information for same 10 customers, and HR team also has different type of information for this same 10 customers. Now we have only 10 customers, but now as a record we are getting 40 count 40 records from 4 different teams for same 10 customers, right? And that too in different format. So it's very hideous for us to store this type of information and to generate some insightful information out of these, right? So what way have we have uh, given solution to this problem is through ETL. So make your data transformed and make this data loaded into one uniform database. That is, let's suppose I'm using my Oracle as my target database. And now on Oracle database, I have very structured data. So I have dedicated tables, I have dedicated data marts where, so basically data warehouse is like, just visualize a simple warehouse. You may have seen warehouse of Amazon previously. So how Amazon will store lots of their inventory into one large warehouse. Yeah. So they may have stored all these items location wise. So whatever items going to Mumbai location. So let's suppose in India there is only one warehouse of Amazon, and if they are sending all 100 inventories to Mumbai, then they have stored 100 inventories. So if they have location wise data marts or location wise data warehouse, they have partitioned their data warehouse location wise, then they will send all these inventory from one location, Mumbai location, to the Mumbai only. So location wise, so whatever inventories for whatever city, they have stored it into that particular data mart, okay, or that particular piece of data warehouse or that warehouse, Amazon warehouse. Now same way uh, we will form our data warehouse. So we will have dedicated rooms for each and every subjective data. We will have like subjective related to, let's suppose, for HDFC Bank itself, I need data related to particular locations. I will scratch that data from locations table. So I will design my data warehouse in such a way. So basically, it's not our part to design a database or data warehouse, but we will need to understand how our data warehouse has been designed as ETL QA. We just need to understand that how my data warehouse has been designed and what kind of different data marts are there in my data warehouse. So data marts are nothing but again subjective database, small chunk of data which is really subjective or restricted to that particular subject only. Okay. So have you understood the data warehouse? If you don't understand, just try to visualize as it as a simple database for now, because data warehouse is altogether uh, vast concept. So we are going to discuss it in very brief in our coming classes. So that time you will get to know what data warehouse and how it is differ from normal database. For now, just understand it is a very smart database, or uh, it is not a normal database. Here we will store subjective data. Okay.
Yeah, got it. Thank you.
Yeah. Anyone else have any questions? So if you have, then ask. If you don't have, I'll just present you the content of the course.
Hi, Gopi. Thirumal here.
Yeah. Yeah,
Now
Thirumal.
we are talking about structures or semi-structured data dealing with data warehouse. What
Hmm.
about unstructured data like images or videos? So those things are not suitable for building the data warehouse?
No, no, these things are not suitable for building data warehouse, actually.
Okay, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
this is also a kind of unstructured data, but we are not storing information about images and videos. We are
Mm-hmm.
just storing information in a uh, alphabetical and numerical format.
Yeah, while ago you discussed about the semi-structured data, right? So
Hmm.
in that, see, when we move any data from source to destination, we can receive it in multiple formats like Excel or CSV or JSON.
Correct.
So
Yeah.
let's say we are receiving data like JSONs or XML format. So how to
Hmm.
export those data into structured format? Is there any workload, specific workload? We have to write it from our side. Is there any specific framework we can use it?
Yeah. So basically, whatever format you're receiving as your source,
Mm-hmm.
you as a ETL tester do not have to write anything, or you do not have to apply any logic in order
Mm-hmm.
to transform that data, or in order to care about that transformation of the data.
Mm-hmm.
But this is a part of developer. ETL developer will take care of transformation and what kind of logic we have to apply and all.
Mm-hmm.
But as a ETL QA, you need to understand how they have applied the logic. So
Okay.
this is very simple. As if you understand software testing and software development, there
Mm-hmm.
is a software development life cycle, and in that
Mm-hmm.
SDLC you have one layer of or one level for testing,
Testing.
that is
Yes.
STLC.
Yeah.
So this is, as a ETL QA, you may visualize yourself as a part of this STLC.
Okay.
Okay. So
So at the end,
if you are,
the tester also should know the business rules, right? To understand the data. Better they should understand the business rules. Then only they can make testing, right?
obviously, yes. So you need to
Yeah.
understand. So if we are working on any banking project, as I said earlier, if you are
Mm-hmm.
working on any HDFC Bank project, you need to understand their flow of business, how they work,
Mm-hmm.
what is their nature of business, and
Mm-hmm.
how they want us to store that data, and what kind of rules they want us to implement for
Mm-hmm.
storing their own data. So we are not deciding their rules. So we are getting
Mm-hmm.
those rules by HDFC people only. So there is same way, like whatever we have in software engineering, same flow is there in for ETL. So we requirement gathering is there. So our BA people, people from our BA team, business
Mm-hmm.
analyst team, this BA team will go to your client location. They will understand the business. They will understand the requirement. They will make list of those requirement. They'll create some set of rules based on those requirement, and then this whole process is called as business requirement document,
Mm-hmm.
basically,
Okay.
right? In our normal software engineering, same way here also we will call it as business requirement document. In business requirement document, apart from business requirement document, we also have another document called mapping document. In mapping document, like mapping document is some extra or additional document other than the like whatever we have in software engineering. In software engineering, we just b- business requirement document is enough to understand the requirement and to apply the or to develop the logic for developing a particular software. But here, along with business requirement document, you also need to have a mapping document. As ETL team, as a part of
Mm-hmm.
ETL team, you also need to have mapping document. In mapping document, you may have list of databases from source side, list of databases from target side, and the relation between those two databases. And so all the database design related information will be there in mapping document. So all this togetherly will work as ETL process or ETL development, and we will be part of this development as a QA, like tester level.
Okay.
Yeah. So the question you were asking, that we need to understand the logic and all.
Yeah,
Yes,
because
obviously.
why I asked
Even
is
if
like,
we need to,
see, if you are talking about software tester, there are multiple frameworks or multiple way to do the testings on the platform or on the data, right? There are multiple frameworks or multiple logic we can implement. But when you
Yeah,
are talking about ETL tester, I had doubt because the ETL, we are not going to write any code. Only to see the data or to make any problem on the data only we can understand it. By seeing
yeah.
the data only we can understand it. There is no other framework involved. And
There is
also I
framework
don't,
involved. Let's suppose what the thing which you are calling it as framework is here. It will be like Informatica will be acting as a framework for your like the relation you are talking about.
yeah,
Informatica or
nowadays because
the
nowadays
ETL
in the
tools.
cloud, there are plenty of cloud data platforms available to keep or build a data warehouse. And also there itself, they have given a lot of dashboards or making logs and all. It's very easy from there to make it understand. In case if any pipelines getting failed, there itself in one place we can identify where the pipeline is broken and what is the issues and all. Here, what I understand is the opportunity for ETL tester is lesser compared to a software tester or ETL developer. So I'm looking how it's going to meet for the people like who is going to join you in your course. How we are going to get benefited from this course.
Yes, obviously. So basically, I would like to cross the statement which you are just said that there
Mm.
are lesser opportunities for ETL tester than any normal software tester. So basically, if you go for software testing, as a software tester, there are also various kinds of domains. So whatever domain you choose, you need to, so the next opportunity you are going to get is related, so it should be related to that particular domain only. So companies will look for only those restricted domains only. So it's like if you're into let's suppose if you are into API testing, and if you haven't done any performance testing or load testing or any other functional non-functional testing, then they will not hire you. If you have API related skill sets, then only you will get hired. If similarly it will be like vice versa, right? For if you have functional testing non-functional testing experience, and if you don't have API testing experience at all with certain tools they are looking for, then you'll not get any chance in that case as well. So same way for ETL tester as well. So there are lots of opportunities for ETL tester. The thing which you are talking about, that everything has been moved to cloud now and all. See, softwares are also moved to cloud. Each and everything has been moved to cloud now. Infrastructure as a cloud is there, software as a cloud is there, services as a cloud is there. Whatever services IT companies are nowadays providing, each and everything is provided, is moved to cloud now. So does it stop for software tester or automation tester from getting a job? No, because whatever it is on cloud, it's like same whatever we have on-prem. On-prem means there are two systems, on-prem and cloud. On-prem means whatever you have in your company's server, whatever data or whatever infrastructure you have, it will be on your company's server, and whatever data you have moved to cloud, that will be on cloud. Let it will be Azure, or it may be uh, mm, uh, GCP, or it may be Amazon uh, web server. Okay,
AWS. Yeah.
AWS.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically whatever cloud you're using, so currently in my current company, in my current project, we are moving all our data to cloud. Okay, we are moving
Mhm.
all our infrastructure to cloud. So currently I'm working on cloud migration. But as a ETL tester, whatever I have seen in my past experience, it it is only helping me in this cloud migration, because whatever ETL processes I need to test as on-prem projects, same ETL processes I need to test on cloud. I just need to, what is cloud? You just have uh, some you know mm, login credentials with you. You are just logging into different server. That's it, nothing else. And this virtual server is providing you some additional features other than the local servers. Cloud is another server itself. That is, there is nothing more than that. right? So you just need
Yeah.
to log in to your company's infrastructure with your company ID, and you need to log into cloud as your uh, cloud credentials, and you need to perform all these testing operations on cloud as well. Whatever systems we are moving to cloud, that's not an issue. So that is very, innovative step, but you need to you need to test all these processes on cloud. So let me give you one simple example,
Mhm.
very simple example. As a ETL tester, we are testing, let's suppose my validation rule is saying that my HDFC data have first name column. In my HDFC HR database, I have employee table,
Mhm.
and my employee table has first name column, and I'm receiving this first name and this I'm receiving this data as a source in Excel format, and now I have transformed this data as part of ETL, and I have moved this data to target layer. Target layer is Oracle, and now I need to test if my data from Excel sheet from source has been moved correctly to target or not.
Mhm.
You understood the scenario?
Yeah,
I have
yeah,
received
understood.
my data on Excel
Yeah.
format. I have moved it to Oracle target database, and I need to
Mhm.
test if my data has been moved correctly or not.
Mhm.
So I have hundreds of thousands of validation rules. Out of those
Mhm.
100 rules, I have 10 rules related to particularly first name column.
Mhm.
What are those rules? These rules are: my first name cannot be blank because first name is mandatory column. My first name cannot have special characters. My first name
Mhm.
cannot have numerical characters. My
Mhm.
first name cannot start with mm, let's suppose with some
Yeah,
special
understood.
character
Actually,
like
see,
dash
my
and all.
question,
Yeah. So
my
basically,
my
I,
doubt here is
no,
like when we design any data warehouse or schemas, we can put a lot of rules on that, like designing while
yeah,
designing table or schema itself, we can put check constraints, not null constraints.
no. Let me
Nowadays, many of the
make
warehouse.
you this understand this particular thing. What I'm trying to say. So I have
Mhm.
four rules. Let's suppose
Mhm.
now I need to test if my data has followed these rules or not, and if it is following these rules, out of 10 particular 10 records, 4
Mhm.
records are only able to
Meet
satisfy
the
these rules.
requirements. Yeah,
Yeah, meet the requirements, and 4
yeah,
records have been moved. Like expected output is only 4 records should be seen on target database out of
yeah.
10, and 6 should get rejected through my
Mhm.
transformation.
Mhm.
Now these 6, out of these 6, let's suppose there are 2 records which are passing incorrectly to target database. You will simply go ahead and raise a bug, right? But all
Yeah,
this process is a ETL process. There is
yeah,
one rule related to name column, and this is all
yeah,
ETL process. Now,
yeah.
all this ETL process is there on on-prem servers as well. It will work
Yeah,
same for on-prem
yeah,
servers, and it will work same for cloud servers.
yeah. That's correct.
You cannot tweak name related rules for,
Yeah,
because simply because it is on cloud. So
yeah.
even if it is on cloud, you need to, as a ETL QA, you need to test, or your role will be there as an always. Whatever it
Mhm.
is on before and whatever it is on after, it will actually increase, because lots
Mhm.
of companies have not reached that level about developing the data warehouse. Because why I'm
Mhm.
saying this, because currently I'm working in a company which is very old company with
Mhm.
and this company is very related to database only,
Okay,
and they have lots of legacy systems, and these legacy systems are like they have developed these legacy systems long time back, and these are very
okay, okay,
smart systems, but still they are making changes to that. Now they are
okay,
moving
okay.
to cloud,
Understand.
so we
Okay,
will have work like always.
okay.
I'm just not saying this because I'm just trying to market my course, or I'm trying
No, no.
to
Actually, see, I
make
want
you
to
enroll to this course.
make
It's not like that,
myself
but
confident on this.
yeah, no, but why?
Yeah.
Because uh, like it is a simple awareness. It's not like
Okay.
any marketing gimmick or any uh,
No,
buttering for
don't
joining
think
the
me
workshop.
bad, okay?
No, no,
See,
I'm not
don't think me
telling
bad.
to you.
Okay,
I'm not saying
okay,
to
okay,
you. Obviously,
okay, okay,
I can
okay.
understand you, like the question you are asking and the concern you have. I can simply
Yeah,
understand that
the many of the things it's a
you should have that.
procedural way, right? Yeah, procedural
Yes,
way
yes.
we are approaching it, not like a
Yeah, yeah.
declarative way. Yeah,
No, no, no,
so
no. I'm not saying I'm not blaming you for asking question. I actually expect such questions from you guys. Okay,
okay, yeah,
because with these questions only we can have this discussion.
yeah,
Whatever I have explained, I cannot explain without asking you a question,
yeah,
right? Because you asked, I was able to make you understand lots of other angles of
yeah, yeah.
same
Even I
topic.
got many
Yeah,
points from this question,
yeah. So
not
I
only
don't have
problem.
problem with question, but I'm telling because I'm explaining so much about ETL and lots of benefits about ETL, it may occur to other students or other people that I'm simply buttering about ETL. So it's not like that. It
Mm.
like there are lots of other options as well and lots of ETL options as well. I'm just telling that ETL has lots of scope in future and now as well. And it so those guys who are really good in SQL or they m- find they find interest in doing SQL part, structured query language, whatever it is, Oracle or Microsoft SQL Server or whatever, or those guys who likes to play with the database. So anyway, playing with the database means playing with SQL. So those guys who love to play with SQL, these guys can definitely go with ETL. So if you are confused between other software engineering testing and automation testing and other testing courses and ETL testing courses, and along with that, if you have interest in SQL alone, you I just simply force I would simply force you to join ETL course. Not only this one, any ETL, just try to learn ETL along with your SQL expertise. Because for SQL guy, there is no better career than ETL. This is
Yeah,
what my
actually, I'm
personal
coming
experience
from
is.
a SQL background, and
Yeah,
also recently I started to learn Databricks, Snowflake, and a few other
yeah,
cloud platforms.
yeah.
So,
So with little SQL knowledge, or even if you don't have any knowledge, if you have interest in learning SQL, then also this course is for you.
okay, okay,
Yeah. So because what is ETL testing? ETL testing is I would say 30% ETL and data warehouse concept and 70% SQL part.
okay,
Okay. So I'll make you understand this 30% for sure. Like out of 30%, I'll make you understand 29% at least.
okay,
Okay,
okay.
1% I cannot, like, it may be like, because it is a vast market, 1% may be missed from my side. But about SQL, out of 70%, so SQL is very vast, very very vast. So SQL, we will try to cover each and every part which is required for ETL QA. But apart from the part which is required for SQL for ETL QA, there are a lot of parts in SQL which is not required to us, but it is there as a part of SQL. So this is what 70% is SQL. So you need to practice SQL. Okay. So
Okay.
basically, yeah,
I have a
please.
question. Uh, Actually, I wanted to ask how much type of testings we can perform in ETL testing. Like there are multiple types of testing we perform as a QA. So in ETL, how much type of testing we can use? Like, is there any type of performance testing we can use? And as you said that we validate data correctness in ETL testing. So how many other types of testing we can
So
use as a ETL
sim-
tester?
simple and short answer to this question is all types of testing which is there for software testing. All types of testing will be performed for ETL. Even API testing is there for ETL.
Okay.
Yeah, all types of testing, I would say. Okay. If we are good, if you guys have more questions, Okay, so let me move to this content part. Okay, what exactly we are going to see or we are going to learn in our ETL course. So first part we'll see database and ETL testing. So introduction to ETL tools. So out of this introductory part, we have just gone through the first slide of this introductory session, right? That is architecture of ETL. So same way, how ETL tester works, prerequisites for ETL testing, what can be data sources and what can be target data sources. So there is source data source or source data and target data. Then different ETL tools available, data warehouse solution, what is ETL process. Then we'll see concept of BI and BA and similarities and differences between BI, BA and data warehouse and database and data warehouse. Okay, so we'll see this in depth. What is data warehouse and how it is differ from a normal database. Then different reporting tools available and reporting in BI, how it is how it works, and ETL as part of BI, how ETL is part of BI actually. Then SQL, we'll see SQL part. In SQL part, before discussing SQL, I just want to know, I just want you to know that we'll also cover this data warehouse part. Okay, data warehouse concept like this one. So what is data warehouse? Need of the data warehouse, characteristics. There are two concepts in data warehouse, very important concepts, that is OLTP and OLAP. That is online transactional processing and online analytical processing. So what are these systems? The difference between the systems, data marts, ODS. So okay, what is ODS? Operational data source. So operational data source is basically same as data warehouse, but there is a slight difference in between these two. So we'll see that in depth. Then there are like data modeling techniques, that is dimensional and relational. So what are these techniques? Then there are types of schemas. There are basically two types of schemas, star schema and snowflake schema. We'll see both. And fact table, dimensional tables. These are the parts from the data warehouse concepts. And we'll see this is also SCD is also slowly changing dimension. This is SCD. So these are types of SCD. So SCD is also part of data warehouse. Then we'll see this part. Uh, Different approaches for testing data into ETL and learning ETL from testing perspective. What is benefits of ETL testing? What is use of ETL testing? uh, Extracting the data and run how we will extract the data and start running the test cases. And transformation, what kind of transformations are there? Loading the data into target database actually. Then what are the test scenarios, different test scenarios in our day-to-day day-to-day life as a ETL tester. Then there are two types of loading techniques actually in ETL, that is full load and initial load. Uh, so uh, full load and incremental load actually, not initial. Initial and full load is all the game only. Incremental load, full load testing and incremental load testing. So incremental means uh, addition of or updation of data into existing for the existing data, and full load means vanishing all the previous records and loading the data freshly. Full load basically. Okay, so these loading techniques we'll see. Then we'll also see Informatica as ETL tool. I'll make you install the Informatica tool. Okay, and mm, so these are the operations from Informatica. So there are basically different uh, mm, four different I would say versions of Informatica, that is workflow monitor, workflow manager, and uh, repository services, workflow repository manager, and uh, there is a repository designer. Okay, so these are the 4 roles from Informatica. We'll see these how each and every role will work in Informatica. Although as a ETL tester, we will majorly work on workflow manager and workflow monitor only. Will not be part of designer and repository manager as ETL tester. So these are the designer and repository manager are part of developer, ETL developer majorly. In some cases it may have exception, but majorly we will work on monitor and manager, workflow manager. But as a part of curriculum, we'll see all 4 roles. Okay, then I'll make you install Oracle as our practice database. Okay, so we'll use Oracle for our SQL practice, and also we will use the same Oracle database for connecting with Informatica. Okay, we'll connect Oracle and Informatica together in order to test our database. Okay, then these are the part concepts from SQL we are going to cover. And DGL, these are the basics of SQL. uh, DCL, TCL, DML, DDL, these data languages, and then these more part I'll share this. You can just go through instead of just dictating these keywords. I'll share this document. You can go through the SQL part, whatever we are going to cover. Okay. So these are the 2 different I have made. I made these 2 different parts of SQL for different concepts. So we'll cover all these SQL concepts as well. And in addition to all this, we will also cover this generic part. What is SDLC, STLC, Jira, and agile concepts from Jira. Okay. So this is the generic manual testing concepts. So I'll cover this part as well. Also, I assume like a lot of guys from our batch may already know this, but it's because there may be some freshers also, right? Or some college grads as also as our students. So I'll cover this each and everything for them. And the bonus part is I'm going to discuss one end-to-end project, the real-time project, so that whatever you have learned in this class, throughout the class, you will be able to relate each and every concept with the real-time project. Okay, I'll try to explain each and every project. So the when I say I'll explain the project, that means I have just given you one small example of HDFC Bank, right? And what example I have taken? I have taken 4 different teams, that is credit team, HR team, and all, and I just took 10 records of same customers, and I tried to transform their first name column. So this is very kind of silly example I just gave in order to make you understand what are validation rules. So I just wanted to understand the validation rule which is applied on first name column. But in real time end-to-end project discussion, I'll try to make you understand how and what kind of data is coming for HDFC Bank, and in what sources we are receiving the data, what kind of rules HDFC Bank have given us, and how we are going to make a transformation in between these source and destination, and how we will upload or load this data into data warehouse, and what is our data warehouse. So each and every start from point A to point Z, we will discuss each and every part of our project. Okay, so this project discussion is very bonus to you guys. And another bonus is interview questions. So I have one habit of making note of each and every interview question from my own interview. I have given lots of interview, 40, 50 plus interviews throughout my career for ETL testing alone. So I have habit of noting down all the questions from each and every interview uh, from in perspective of ETL data warehouse as well, and in perspective of SQL as well. Okay. Apart from that, I have students from previous batch. So I have this habit of making students to send their interview questions into the group each and every time they attend an interview. They should. So I made them to post their interview question in the group, so that each and every student will get to know what kind of interview questions we are getting, and we will discuss those interview questions in our classes. Okay, so this way. And I have created one document recently, and I have uploaded in my Google Drive, and it like I have given access to my students for that particular drive, uh, also to edit, so that they will go to that document and they will post their own question. So they'll modify that document with their own question. So this way we have set of interview questions, and these are not like some Googled interview questions which we get from internet. It may be, there may be some questions from internet, because interviewer have got these questions from internet, and they have asked our students or me the same questions which is already on there on internet. So it may occur, but these are real interview questions which me and my students from previous batch have faced in interview. Okay, so we have this set of interview questions. We will discuss these interview questions, and trust me, there are lots of complicated SQL interview questions as well. And there are some scenarios in SQL which I was not able to solve, but my students were able to solve with their own different logics. So what I'm trying to say is, our previous batch classes were also two-way classes. So students were also coming and giving their own logic to me, sir. This can be done with this particular logic as well, and we'll try this way. So we'll go to Oracle and we'll just simply keep on trying that logic, and we developed some different query other than what is there on internet. Okay, so such solutions are also there for some examples. Okay, so this is what we have in interview questions set, and this is what our whole content for your batch, that is November batch. Okay, and if I talk about the course duration, this course will be for 50 hours. Okay, 1 hour each, for 1 hour a day I would count, and 5 days a week. We will have off on weekends, and the total course duration will be 50 hours. Okay, so basically 10 weeks, I would say. 5 hours a week if we count, then 10 weeks we will be covering all this curriculum which we are going to share as an content. Okay, I'm going to share the first slide, this one, and this content Excel sheet in the group, in the WhatsApp group you guys have. Okay, apart from that, if you guys have any questions regarding course, regarding content, or regarding
Hi,
concepts we have discussed.
hi. Is it Shiva or Gopi? Have you wanted to address you?
Yeah, it's Shiv. So I don't know how this name is appearing as Gopi Verma. They like,
Ah, right.
see, I'm just a trainer, and I work for Isha Training Solutions. Okay, so Isha Training Solutions is a training center. They provide lots of different courses, and we have a team of trainers for each and every type of course we have. So I am trainer for ETL related courses. Okay, so maybe so this basically I get credentials, login credentials from them to join to this particular meeting, meeting invite or meeting room. So maybe that's because they have given me such credentials. So from maybe some person from for Gopi Verma, but my name is
Okay.
Shiv
So,
Mahajan.
Shiv, I have one question. Yeah.
Hmm.
Um, The thing is, like, for the ETL testing, right? Do we need a core, I mean, complete knowledge of SQL, or basic knowledge of SQL will be fine?
Basic to intermediate, I would say.
Okay, because I heard you saying, like, people with this, people who wanted to play with SQL queries will be best for this kind of ETL. I mean, they can have
Yeah, yeah,
enjoyment.
yeah, yeah.
So
So
yeah,
basically,
that
I
means.
usually say
Mm.
to intermediate, but we, as interview questions go on, I have observed this thing that we usually go to advanced level as well. So it depends on how you define advanced level. So there are lots of, because it's a sequel, I don't say it's we go to advanced, because SQL is very vast and you cannot define what is advanced level and what is intermediate level. So for sake of understanding, I just mention that we'll go to basic to intermediate level. So I
Okay,
have
so
mentioned each
that.
and every topic which we are going to cover as a part of SQL. You just go through the each and every topic from content sheet, and you can get to know.
Okay, so you mean to say, like, we don't need to have another SQL for a
No,
specific
no, no,
class
no,
for
no, no,
people,
no,
right?
no, no. Yeah, this will be
Okay.
sufficient for SQL as well.
Yeah. Thank you then. Yeah, that was my
Yeah.
question.
Yes, yes,
Hello.
yes,
Yeah, this is Rupali. I have few questions.
yes.
Uh, so with this course, may I know how many years of experience can we claim?
Uh, this will be very, tricky question to answer, to be on record, but it's up to you. See, like, I'm very bad at, you know I'm very bad at bluffing. So even if I try to if I try to show my overall experience as 4 years, let's suppose, uh, I may fail. Even if I try to show my experience as 1 year also, I may fail if I don't have that kind of experience at all in real. So it's up to you and your own personality, how much experience you are going to show. So it's trial and error for you guys. If you don't
Okay.
have any experience at all, and if you are just fresher, then I suggest just don't show any experience. If you are fresher, just say I'm fresher, I have just this type of skills and I'm very good at my skills, and just uh, mm, examine me in whatever way you want to. So you just have to be that kind of guy, okay, as a fresher. But if you have any certain experience in different fields, then obviously it's up to you how you want to show.
Mhm.
But if so but I would say one thing, that the end-to-end project discussion which we are going to have, that will help you to show such kind of thing to the interviewer, definitely.
Okay.
How
Okay.
much
Thank you.
years, it's up to you, but that will help you to show at least real-time experience.
Okay, that's great to know. Thank you.
Yeah.
Apart from that, may I know this Informatica, what I have heard, it has shifted to cloud. So are we going to use the standalone Informatica, or is it going to be on the cloud itself?
No, no. As a part of curriculum, we are going to install one kind of cracked version in our local machine only, not cloud one. And
Okay.
it's not like Informatica has moved to cloud. So it's like it's company's own decision if they want to move their Informatica infrastructure to cloud. So let's suppose TCS, you are working for TCS, and TCS
Mhm.
is giving services to HDFC Bank for developing their data warehouse. And they are using Informatica as a part of their ETL tool. Now it's TCS decision to move that Informatica related or the all the ETL related infrastructure to cloud or not. They can they can always continue with the local servers, or they can take decision to move all this infrastructure to cloud. So it's not like all the Informatica have been moved to cloud.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Thank you.
yeah. Thank you.
Thank you so much for answering.
Yeah. Anyone else?
Uh, may I know is Informatic is open source tool? Is it free?
No, no, it's not free. It's licensed version, but for practice purpose, we have a cracked version. So, it's free on internet. The cracked version. It's provided by Oracle only. You can find it on Oracle e-delivery website. You can always go on Oracle e-delivery website and you can always install that. So it's there on internet. But if you are talking about the companies which they are using the tool which companies are using, then it's a licensed always. For each and every user, they charge uh, mm, the licensing fee whatever they have to our company. So it's not open source.
Okay.
One more question I have.
Hmm?
Are we going to cover any automation over here in this course?
No, no. In this particular course, we are not going with automation. We are just going to
Okay.
cover manual manual.
Okay. And how much would be the jobs per perspective if I say how much would be the like mm, openings and like that?
Yeah. So instead of claiming like certain percentage of job openings, I would suggest you you guys go to job portals like Naukri, LinkedIn, and all, and you just type ETL tester, ETL QA, or ETL testing jobs, and you'll get lots of openings. And from that type of research, and that type of research only will give you more and more confidence into getting a job. Uh, so there are obviously there are jobs in each and every field, but in ETL QA there are lots of jobs currently going on, and yeah, just in order to just cross check that, you just go to the job portals like Naukri and LinkedIn and just type these keywords which I said, and you yourself will get to know how many openings are there and how vast it is.
Okay. Okay.
And
Thank
for
you.
the question of manual and automation, uh, if whenever you go and search these keywords, right, for job openings, you may see that there are lots of job openings for ETL which are for manual only. So if we talk about percentage of ETL manual and ETL automated automation, then I would say there is 30% automation jobs and 70% are there which are manual jobs in ETL perspective.
But I think for load
Okay.
testing, we have to perform it for with some automation tool. I think it's not possible with manual. What can you
Uh,
say?
which load testing?
Load testing, like to check the load of data, how much time it takes to transfer, like that.
Yeah, such kind of small scripts are always there. So even if I'm working as a manual tester in my current company, I'm using such kind of scripts which are already written, and you just need to what is so in such kind of load testing, no. So there are pre-written scripts. You just don't need to write any scripts for that, and there are pre-written scripts in order to test load, and you just need to run those scripts, and you need to provide test data to these load scripts. Okay,
Okay.
so how will you provide test data? So you need to prepare your test data according to your validation rules again, and you need to provide that kind of data to your load testing. So providing or preparing the test data itself is your job, even for that automation part. So that kind of automation testing is always there, and that can be, that can be done for by manual tester as well. That's not that's not so automation, learning automation testing it like altogether is different concept. So testing, load testing with the help of automation is very simple task, and that can be done by manual tester as well. That's not an issue.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it is
I have
manageable,
this.
is what I'm saying.
I,
Yeah. Please go ahead.
I have just last question.
Hmm.
With the 5 to 6 years of experience,
Hmm.
uh, so how much package can we expect?
5 to 6 years was 6 years of experience, and how much
Mhm.
package? So again it differs. So I would ask, what is your current package with 5 to 6 years of experience? How much you are having currently with
Okay,
6 years
so
of experience?
it would depend on that because if I'm into manual testing, because I had done the automation, but I'm into manual testing now. The current
Mhm.
project which I am into, but
Mhm.
I would be shifting to ETL testing then. So based on that, I was thinking.
Yeah, that's what. See, I was asking about your packages. That's what. There is no such number, right, which will define. So there are automation testers who are earning 7 to 8 lakhs per annum with 4 years of experience. And there are, so I have these friends, okay, I have a friend who did automation course. She is literally earning with 3 years of experience. She is earning 6 lakhs per annum with automation knowledge. I don't know how, even after 3 years. And she started with around 2.5 to 3, and in 3 years she just got doubled. And whereas there are other guys who are just working on manual, but they were able to switch very frequently, and they were getting nice projects as well. So they are at working at 8 LPA. And there is one friend of mine who inspired me to get into ETL when I was not into ETL previously. He he just, so I'll tell you the inclination graph of his own. He was at 4 LPA. Okay, he was at 4 LPA when he was not an ETL tester. He was working as a software tester, that too manual, 4 LPA. Then he switched another company and he reached to 7. Okay, because he was having lots of maybe he was having 4 years of experience. So, and for 4 years of experience he was at 4 LPA only, and maybe because of 4 years he directly jumped to 7. Okay, but he was not into ETL yet. He was into manual software testing only, but he was at 7. After, when he was at 7, he did some ETL course, and he decided to go to ETL, and he did that ETL, and he cracked one interview for ETL. I guess he cracked for HP. I don't remember exactly, but it was for HP, I guess. And he directly jumped to 13.5 from 7. I'm not saying this is the case for each and every one, but ETL will give you like at least 70 to 80% hike to the existing package, because ETL testing is very high paying jobs when it comes to QA. ETL testers have more packages than any automation tester. That I can claim. Bring me 4 years
Okay.
of automation tester, 4 year experience of automation tester, and bring me a guy who has 4 years of experience into ETL tester, and I'll compare both of them salaries of both of them. So definitely ETL tester will much ahead than automation tester.
Okay, okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
And yeah, I have a question.
Hmm.
Yeah, I do have experience in manual testing, not automation. I took a course on Selenium Python, but I
Hmm.
found out like it's not like my cup of tea. The logic I'm not
Hmm.
able to
Hmm.
apply. So in terms of this ETL, how much of logic we have to apply? Is it like similar to Java or this? I mean, as part of the SQL related. Um,
Very good
you,
question, actually. Yeah. So why I say very good question? Because this is the common dilemma between students. Because there are lots of manual testers who want to shift their career from manual testing but don't know where.
yeah,
So they usually go to automation testing.
yeah.
Usually, lots of guys go to SAP testing, and lots of guys go to ETL testing and other type of testing. But the challenge here is, so 90% of the crowd will go to automation testing. I know, because that's what I was the same phase I was into few years back. So, but the challenge automation testing is having is the programming language you need to learn, whether it could be Java or Python.
Yeah,
Again, there are lots of students who may find Python as easy language than Java, so they go for Selenium with Python because they are having some fear about Java because of some engineering trauma from engineering days only. So we don't face, so we just try to avoid face from Java and we chose Python, Selenium with Python. But again, because we don't have that kind of base foundation